What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck, real Cowboys fan, stand up. And as you can see, I am back from vacation. I'm a little darker. I'm a little crunchy black, man. Salute the 3-6 Mafia, right? But, I'm peeling like a little reptile. But, hey, it's the price that you have to pay for salvation. Getting a little sunburn ain't going to hurt nobody. But we are back, and our Dallas Cowboys are gearing up for camp next week, so it's back to work. We got a lot to talk about as we gear up for this NFL season. And it feels like football already because college football 26 just dropped. College football 26, I was about to say 25, but I'm still alive, feeling fine. 26 just dropped. So if you see Jay Tuck's gamer tag, just stay away from me. Lou, stay away from me. Hearing, stay away from me. Angry, stay away from me. Dead, stay. Just let me be. And you won't have any problems, and you will be able to enjoy your college football 26 playing gaming experience. All right? But I talked about a few things when I went live on vacation about the Dallas Cowboys run game, and a lot of people's been talking about it. Tuck, we need an RB1. Tuck, we need an RB1. And some people might say, no, Tuck, we are fine. Running back by committee, it'll work. Our offensive line will fix things, right? And I've been kind of in between. I think I lean more towards the RB1. I think I feel a whole lot more comfortable if we just had that guy and some good quality guys behind him. But as of right now, it is going to be open tryouts as we get ready for Oxnard, even though I think Javonte Williams will be the lead dog. But as I was sitting back, just scrolling Instagram, I saw my sis Peyton. Salute to my sis Peyton, does incredible work. My fantasy football friend, we had a little back and forth for the finals, but I end up winning the championship. I took the belt, but it's just what nothing personal. It was all business, right? But I was scrolling her Instagram, and she did an incredible interview with Jon Gruden. Chucky, I love Jon Gruden. I love the Gruden Grinders. I love his YouTube channel because it's just pure football, right? I can listen to Jon Gruden talk football all day. Maybe one day we can have Coach Gruden on this show, right? But Jon Gruden said some very interesting things, and it sounds like what a lot of us have been saying when it comes to the identity of the Dallas Cowboys. So check out what Jon Gruden had to say. All right, so this is my sis Peyton, and listen, fellas, whoa, calm down. Hey, you right there. Focus on football, right? We ain't here for all that, man. We ain't here for all that. I need y'all to focus right now on football. Maybe I'll text Peyton and see if she'll jump on the show, but she's extremely busy. I know she's working on a movie right now, doing all sorts of stuff, so salute to her. But you, focus, because I know how y'all can get in the chat. All right.
If you were the GM for the Cowboys, what are you doing? Are you fixing anything? You changing anything? Are you leaving anything the same?
Well, Prescott, you got to keep him healthy.
Yeah,
obviously. I just think this is the Dallas Cowboys. Where's Emmitt Smith? He's retired. We got to run the ball here.
Yes.
They don't even run the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know who their running back is. They used to pound your face in with the very intimidating offensive line. Now it's kind of like a 7-on-7 pass-happy offensive attack, and I don't think their defense, other than Parsons, has an identity. And Lawrence is gone. I don't know. Overshawn's a great linebacker, but he's hurt. I just don't know what their defensive mentality is, and I missed the old Dallas Cowboys.
Man, don't we all? If you were the GM for the Cowboys, what are you doing? Are you fixing anything? You changing anything? Are you leaving anything the same?
Dallas Cowboys. And I think a lot of people really don't remember the old smash mouth Dallas Cowboys. And we're going to do a quick little history lesson, and maybe we'll do a live and go a little bit deeper. But I talked about this on Twitter, and everybody was like, who? Tuck, what are you talking about? Who? 33, that's Tony Dorsett. Here. Let me introduce you, Cowboys Nation, to Dwayne Thomas, the forgotten Dallas Cowboy, the original 33. So when it comes to Dwayne Thomas, he was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. He was selected by the Dallas Cowboys in the first round, so we took a running back in the first round. All right. Work with me, right? I know, hold on, colorful charts, hold on, right? But the Dallas Cowboys took a running back in the first round. All right. didn't start for the first 5 games, but after that, he led the team in rushing while finishing 8th in a 26-team league with 803 rushing yards. He had 803. That was more than we had last year. That's more than what else we had last year, right? 803. Second in the NFL behind former rushing champ Larry Brown, all right? And then he had 151 carries, 151, right? So, in 5 touchdowns, which was more than I had last year. Oh, yeah, right? So, Dwayne Thomas came out his rookie year after being a first-round draft pick and performed well for the Dallas Cowboys, right? And he was compared to Jim Brown. So if any of you guys have uncles, fathers, whoever, mention Jim Brown and watch their eyes just light up, right? Jim Brown was the old school favorite, right? We I kind of talk about Adrian Peterson, like Jim Brown is like our uncle's running back, right? So Dwayne Thomas was compared to Jim Brown. Now, what happened? Now, Dwayne, I'm keeping a buck with you. He made the mistake. And y'all all know the Dallas Cowboys mistake, whether it was now with Jerry and Steven or back in the day with Gil Brandt and Tex Schramm, right? You don't ask for no money. You do not ask for more money, and you damn sure do not ask for more money early, right? So what did Dwayne Thomas do? He asked for a new contract. You know what I'm saying? So he asked for a new contract. He wanted a new deal because he was one of the top rushers in the league. And he said, hey, this deal ain't going to cut it. I need more money. All right. They said, nah. He got into a spat with Tex, got into a spat with Gil, called him a liar, called Tom Landry a plastic man. So you know what happens next in Dallas when you become outspoken. They get you the hell up out of there. This ain't nothing new. They get you the hell up out of it. They sent Dwayne Thomas to, I think they sent him to San Diego. I think they tried to send him to San Diego, right? Trade him away to San Diego. But something weird happened, right? The NFL commissioner, he voided it and says, nah, this ain't going to work. You going back to Dallas, right? You going back to Dallas. He voided the trade, right? On some David Stern type stuff. So Dwayne Thomas was sent back to Dallas. Now, Dwayne disgruntled said, you know what? Fine, I'll go play for Dallas, but don't ask me for shit. Don't speak to me. I'm not talking to the media. I'm not talking to my teams. I am just here so I do not go, so I don't get fined, right? On some Marshawn Beast mode Lynch stuff. But ultimately what happens, that same season, Dwayne Thomas led the league in rushing touchdowns with 11, total touchdowns 13. He was also named All-Pro and led the Cowboys with 95 rushing yards and a touchdown in the Dallas Cowboys 24-3 win over the Miami Dolphins' first Super Bowl victory for the Dallas Cowboys. So the Dallas Cowboys won their very first championship built off a dominant young running back. All right? Wikipedia, I ain't write this. This ain't ChatGPT, right? They were built off the foundation of a dominant running back, right? Well, ultimately what happened, right? Dwayne was kind of being a head case, so they got him up out of there. Then you had the 33 that everybody loves. Then you had Tony Dorsett. Then you moved on from Tony Dorsett. Then you got Emmitt Smith, right? And then you had DeMarco Murray. Then you had Marion Barber. Then you had Ezekiel Elliott. Then you had Tony Pollard, right? But now it's open tryouts. The Dallas Cowboys have to get back to the foundation that they was built. A dominant running back. Like, there's no team historically that's had the dominant historical running backs like the Dallas Cowboys. When you think running backs, you think Emmitt Smith, you think Tony Dorsett, right? You think Ezekiel Elliott, as much as some of y'all hate him, right? The Dallas Cowboys historically has had them guys running the ball behind a physical offensive line. But somehow we've lost it. Now, I was kind of asking this question on Twitter. And salute to Marcus Mosher, right? He does phenomenal work. I'm not a Marcus Mosher hater. He's a hell of a guy, right? But he was like, you know what happened, Tuck? He posted the charts, right? The Dallas Cowboys have spent a lot on their analytics team, and when their analytics teams was probably having their conversation with Steven and Jerry Jones, they are saying, hey, it is not optimal to spend premium assets at the running back position. But what Jerry and Steven Jones must be reminded of, who you are. Who you are. What got you here? What got Jerry excited about buying this team while he was in Cabo? It was built off the back of a running back. All right? So I get the colorful charts. I get it might not be optimal, but hey, you can draft one in the 4th round. Hey, you can get one in the 3rd round. Hey, you can get some quality running backs from cheap, right? You do not have to spend $million, right? Like the Eagles did when it comes to Saquon Barkley. You can still go get quality, but I feel like the Dallas Cowboys completely ignoring RB1 is something new. And from Jon Gruden's standpoint, my standpoint, and a lot of other people's standpoint, it just does not make sense when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys philosophy, because that was not how this franchise was built. But we'll see, can this offensive line help the rotational running backs? But I think that we probably still going to need that guy, but we might be a little bit past that point. So Javonte, Jadon, Phil Maffa, whoever you like, somebody needs to step up and run the damn ball, man. So it's your boy J Tuck. Comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on all social media platforms at JTuck151. Hey, we're gearing up for camp. Ain't no more vacations. Ain't no more days off. It is all systems a go. So press that notification bell so you do not miss out. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. And hey, Dallas, it's time to really run the damn ball. Peace.